Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show. Today, we're making another Meatless Monday dish called green curry. This is one of our family favorites when we go out to eat. So we're just going to get started right away. I've got 1 onion, 4 carrots, 1 pound of green beans, 2 red peppers, a box of tofu that I've already chunked and baked on 400 for 20 minutes, 2 potatoes, a head of broccoli, and 2 zucchinis. And then I'll tell you about the rest in a little bit, but we're just going to get these started sauteing. So in my pan I've got about 3 to 4 tablespoons of water because we're going to water saute. You don't need to saute your vegetables with oil because it's not necessary. And it just adds a lot of extra fat that we don't need. Just gonna get that going. At a pretty high temperature, you can get these going. So I'm gonna put my onions, carrots, green beans, and red peppers together first, because those take a little bit longer to cook, and you don't want to put the rest of your ingredients in yet because they will get too mushy, and you really don't want your vegetables to be mushy in your curry. You know, it needs to be more fresh and kind of crunchy. We'll add our tofu too because while the tofu is cooking in all the juices from the vegetables, it will soak up all that extra flavor. So we're just going to get this cooking on high for just a few minutes. And then we'll add our other ingredients. Okay, we've had these vegetables cooking for about 5 minutes. And you want to cook until the onions are just slightly translucent. Now we're going to add our other ingredients. We're going to add our potatoes, broccoli, and zucchini. And what I have here, I have 2 cans of coconut milk. One of the cans I mixed with the 4 dates in a blender so that it would pulverize the dates. We don't want any date chunks in there. So we're just going to pour that in. And I have 2 cups of vegetable broth, low sodium vegetable broth, and the juice of 1 lime, This is what gives it that really nice kind of tart curry taste. Some curries are kind of sweet and spicy, but this has got a bit of a tart taste to it, which is really delicious. And then the secret is the curry paste. I buy this particular brand online, and I'll give you a link in the details below, along with the full recipe. It'll be in the details below. So I use about 1.5 tablespoons of green curry. Get all of that goodness out of there. And I buy this brand because the one brand that you can get in the regular grocery store, it's okay, but it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor in it. You end up having to use practically the whole jar to get the flavor that you need. And this seems to have a really good flavor. So then we're just going to stir this up a little bit and let it cook for about 20 minutes. And then we'll add our Bragg's liquid aminos in the end to give it a little bit of saltiness, because you always want to add your salt at the end, because if you add it too soon, the sauce will just drink that salt up, and then you'll have to add more salt to it, which we want to keep this as low sodium as we can to keep it nice and healthy. Show you when we're done. Okay guys, it's been about 20 minutes, and if you can see, it's nice and all the vegetables are just slightly soft. So what I have here, I have 2 tablespoons of arrowroot powder, but you can also use cornstarch, and that's what we're going to use to just thicken the sauce just a little bit. So we're just going to pour that in there along with our Bragg's liquid amino acids, and we're going to use a tablespoon of Bragg's just for that saltiness. And then we're going to stir it. And you can leave this cooking for about another 5 minutes to let the sauce thicken up a little bit. And you'll want to have lots of this sauce because that's where all that flavor is going to come in. So it kind of ends up being more like a stew. So we are just going to take a little bit of a taste of this. Get some there, get some of those wonderful vegetables. And here we are, another Meatless Monday. For those of you out there that are just starting your plant-based journey, or for those of you that have been doing this for a long time, this is going to be a great recipe to try. Packed full of flavor, and none of that other stuff that you'll get when you're out at a restaurant, like all that extra oil, possibly MSG, and possibly other food additives that you don't know what's in there. You know what's in here. So go ahead and try it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.